Breaking developments continue to emerge from deep within the British royal family, and today's unfolding story is filled with unexpected reversals, complicated family dynamics, and revelations that even seasoned royal watchers could not have anticipated. Sarah Ferguson, the Duchess of York, known affectionately as Fergie, has once again become the center of attention after insiders hinted at a dramatic shift in her living situation, something they're quietly calling the most surprising twist in her personal life in years. Only recently, the world heard that she was preparing to leave the United Kingdom entirely, intending to seek refuge with her youngest daughter, Princess Eugenie, at an oceanfront villa in Portugal. That narrative seemed all but settled, a retired duchess beginning anew by the seaside, far from the relentless glare of the UK tabloids. But in a sudden turn that has taken everyone by surprise, new information now points to the possibility that Sarah may not be leaving the country after all. Instead, she may be gearing up to move somewhere much closer to her daughters, and much closer to the very heart of the royal drama that has shaped her life for decades. According to reports from sources close to the family, the solution to Sarah's looming housing crisis may come from her eldest daughter, Princess Beatrice, who recently completed an extensive renovation on a charming, secluded annex at her Cotswolds estate. This updated space, often referred to as a granny annex, reportedly includes its own private entrance, renovated stonework, new heating systems, fresh paint, and all the comforts needed to function as a small independent home. And with recent deliveries, including propane heating supplies arriving just as winter's first frost fell across the countryside, many believe that preparations are being made for Sarah to move in imminently. But what prompted this change of direction? What happened behind closed palace doors to push Sarah from what seemed to be a clear path to Portugal back toward life in Britain? And what does this decision reveal about her standing within the royal family, both officially and emotionally? If you're the kind of viewer who loves following royal plotlines filled with complexity, history, and long-buried tensions, make sure you subscribe to Royals Explored and tap that notification bell, because this story is layered, delicate, and far more revealing than it first appears. To understand why Sarah suddenly finds herself in such a precarious position, we have to revisit her history with Royal Lodge, the sprawling Windsor residence she shared with Prince Andrew. Royal Lodge isn't just a house, it's a historic symbol of royal stability, a Grade II listed mansion with over 30 rooms, surrounded by lush parkland and steeped in generations of royal tradition. The Queen Mother lived there for decades, and Prince Andrew signed a 75-year lease on the property, investing millions into renovations. It became the home where Andrew and Sarah raised their daughters, where they celebrated milestones, and where Sarah carved out a life after her divorce. Their unusual post-divorce living arrangement, a divorced couple sharing a house but insisting they were simply best friends and co-parents, was mocked by some and admired by others, but over time, it became a key part of Sarah's identity. That stability shattered when Prince Andrew's involvement with Jeffrey Epstein erupted into one of the most damaging scandals the monarchy has ever faced. Andrew's disastrous Newsnight interview only intensified the crisis, leading to his removal from public life, the loss of his military honors, his patronages, and ultimately the unraveling of the protections and privileges he once enjoyed. As Andrew's status crumbled, Sarah's living situation crumbled with it. She had no legal claim to Royal Lodge, no title beyond Duchess of York, and no official role in the monarchy. For years she had lived there under Andrew's umbrella, an umbrella that had now been ripped away. That's why initial reports indicated she would retreat to Portugal with Eugenie, whose villa offered privacy, distance, and sunlight. It seemed like the perfect way for Sarah to escape the chaos surrounding Andrew and start a quieter life abroad. But then came the revelation about Beatrice's annex and the possibility of a new home in the English countryside. This option offers Sarah a softer landing. She wouldn't need to adjust to life in a foreign country where she doesn't speak the language. She'd stay close enough to continue her charity work and social connections, and she would remain within reach of both daughters, who are navigating their own royal roles and public lives. Yet, as appealing as this may seem, it also comes with emotional complexities. Moving into Beatrice's annex means accepting a significant reduction in lifestyle, from a vast royal estate to a modest, self-contained cottage. It means acknowledging that her era of royal privilege has truly ended. And it means depending on her daughter in a way that carries both love and lingering embarrassment, especially given Sarah's history of being judged fiercely by the public. Meanwhile, the reaction from the press and public has ranged from empathy to sharp criticism. Some believe Sarah is unfairly suffering consequences for Andrew's misdeeds and argue that she has worked hard, supported charities, raised 2 princesses, and doesn't deserve to be left without a home. Others feel she benefited from royal privilege for far too long and should have prepared for independence years ago. Social media debates have erupted, with some praising her resilience and others suggesting she should get a job like everyone else, echoing familiar tabloid sentiments. This entire situation unfolds against the backdrop of King Charles's ongoing mission to streamline the monarchy. Charles is determined to focus the institution on working royals, reduce expenses, and avoid the appearance of supporting extended relatives who do not actively serve the crown. In this new structure, individuals like Sarah, who once enjoyed proximity but no longer play an official role, are finding themselves increasingly pushed aside. And while this may be necessary for the long-term survival of the monarchy, it raises difficult questions about compassion, loyalty, and responsibility toward those who devoted years to the institution. There is also a deeply human side to this story. Sarah Ferguson is not simply a former duchess. She is a mother, a grandmother, and someone who has weathered decades of public humiliation, from tabloid harassment in the 1990s to financial scandals, highly public mistakes, and personal battles that most people would have crumbled under. Regardless of one's opinion of her, she has survived a series of blows that would have destroyed many others, and yet she continues to reinvent herself. The question now is what reinvention comes next. Will she choose the comfort of familiarity and stay close to Beatrice? Or will she embrace adventure and begin a new life on the sunlit Portuguese coast with Eugenie? Rumors have surfaced that Sarah may take part in a major interview to share her perspective, a move that could bring financial relief but risks reigniting tension with the royal family, especially given how sensitive the monarchy has become about public criticism after the fallout from Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's media appearances. If Sarah chooses to speak publicly, it could reshape public perception or deepen old wounds. Only time will tell. On a broader level, this situation reflects how the monarchy is evolving. A once sprawling network of extended family members living in royal residences at the crown's expense is shrinking. Titles, roles, property access, and privileges are being reevaluated with a business-like precision. And while this may strengthen the monarchy's image as modern and responsible, it also means that those who step outside its boundaries, even accidentally or through the missteps of others, may find themselves facing harsh consequences. As we wait for the next developments, there are key clues to watch for. Any moving activity at Beatrice's estate, any new sightings of Sarah in the Cotswolds or Portugal, any statement from Sarah's representatives, any updates on Andrew's departure from Royal Lodge, and any further hints of a potential interview. Whatever happens next will reveal not only Sarah's personal future but also the future tone and direction of the monarchy itself. So as we bring this deep exploration to a close, remember that Sarah Ferguson's housing dilemma is far more than a real estate question. It is a reflection of shifting power dynamics, evolving expectations, complicated family bonds, and the fragile nature of privilege. It is a story about a woman who has survived scandal after scandal, who raised 2 daughters the nation adores, who stood by an ex-husband through catastrophic public collapse, and who now stands at a crossroads, forced to choose between reinvention, retreat, or a quiet, humble reset. Thank you for staying with me through this extended deep dive into the constantly evolving world of royal intrigue. Make sure you are subscribed to Royals Explored and tap the notification bell so you don't miss